One of the things I absolutely love about traveling around and doing different hunts is the fact that you get to go to new places and try totally new things. And on this hunt, well, I'm headed to California for a Colombian blacktail hunt. Now these are so spooky. The cool thing about blacktails, there's not all that many places to hunt them, and I have never done it before. So this was gonna be a totally new experience. Now when most people think of California, well, I promise they don't think of this. Beautiful landscape, mountainous area, and just a game-rich environment. They've got blacktail, they've got bear, you name it, they're in this area. And it is pretty awesome to come out here, see this area, and try to figure out how to hunt it. That's the real challenge. You can't hunt them like whitetails, you can't hunt them like mule deer. This is a totally new game, and I can't wait to give it a try.
It's a pretty classic bedding spot. They're going to be, in the shade, up against some oaks, backs against the hill. So
I don't blame them right now. It is
hot, yeah.
But
yeah.
It's 1 o'clock now. You said they're moving a lot during 10 to 2, right? Which seems crazy.
A lot of times they'll get up for water. They have to water at least once a day. They can't bed all day without it. So that's a good time to catch them. Usually they're feeding at night. First thing in the morning they'll bed down actually sometimes for a few hours, and they get up, they water, and then they bed down for the afternoon. So
it's tough country out here for them, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, hot. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, they definitely they fight the elements, it's rough country.
Well, I think we can use it to our advantage. The good news is this buck, he does not want to get up, he doesn't want to do anything. So if we can find a big buck bedded like that,
we can make
I bet
a play
we can
on
make
him.
A pretty good stock on him.
Absolutely, yeah. They're just, just like us. I mean, when it's hot like this, you want to go
Except
lay down in the shade.
I need more than one water a day.
Right. We're the crazy ones out running around in the heat, not them, Blacktails are very difficult to pattern. They're not like a whitetail deer. I mean, they pattern based on the time of year, but as far as like a regular pattern the deer might use, it's very uncommon. So you're basically trying to find them early in the mornings, late in the evenings typically. You're sort of trying to dig them up really in thick stuff. Sometimes you catch them out in the open, like I said, really early part of the day. Other than that, that's the most common tactic is either covering a lot of ground really and just hoping you can find one, glass one up, or run into one. Or if you're archery, you can always use a tree stand and sit on water. And they're moving from area to area. They don't have a specific spot they're going to stay in, and you just kind of either have to find them or hope they find you. We're kind of getting to that spot in the middle of the day now where most of these bucks are going to be bedded down. A lot of people quit hunting. That's actually, I think, some of the best time to hunt because, you feel how hot it is, they get lazy. They really don't want to get up out of their beds, so you got a pretty good chance of sneaking up on one or glassing one up.
So this area, this is a spot where a lot of them bed through here?
This is a great area, yeah. They got a lot of shade, got water. It's pretty cool.
You can see there's a lot of big oaks through there.
Yeah, and that's where you want to look, they right up against those trees. You just look for a flick of an ear or a flash of an antler, and if we catch one, then we'll try and make a move on it.
So you're thinking we're just going to kind of ease through here real slow,
right, real slow, real quiet, stop and glass a lot. You want to glass a lot, that's key, just so you don't risk jumping into one too quick.
And I think we got a good wind. We should be able to kind of ease our way through.
Thermals push that wind up, so it's great working down like this.
Okay, I'll go in behind you.
All right, let's see what we can do.
Sportsman's Alliance, our heritage, our fight, protecting hunting from coast to coast.
The Humane Society of the United States loves to use every avenue they can to stop hunting. First, they try to pass legislation, then they sue in the courts, and finally they spend millions on ballot campaigns that end hunting. And right now, they want to stop mountain lion hunting in the 5 best states using these very methods. But just as they have for the last 40 years, the Sportsman's Alliance is there to stop them and is telling the world about their game plan. Just another fun fact showing you how sportsmen and women are helping make a difference. One of the things that I really believe is when you're hunting a new area or a new species, surround yourself with people who are really good at doing it and who have done it for a long time. And on this hunt, well, I was hunting with Will, and I was so excited because I knew this guy has taken some tremendous blacktail. Now earlier this year, he actually has already filled out. He got a beautiful velvet buck and another one with his bow. So it's pretty awesome to go out hunting with someone who's done it time and time again and has been so successful. Now one of the other nice parts, we were going to be hunting private land. There's not that many places in California that give you this type of opportunity, but luckily Will has got a phenomenal place and I couldn't wait to get out there and give it a try.
In my experience, you know, the biggest deer I've shot have been in the middle of the afternoon out here when all my buddies were at home watching football. It's just, you know, I believe that I'd rather be a harder worker when it comes to hunting than maybe a more knowledgeable hunter. I think the biggest deer I've shot have probably been by luck, and that's just due to being out there, you know, putting the time in. I think that's just what you got to do, and it's hard. I mean, especially when it's hot, you know, you're tired, you're sweaty, you're full of everything out here you walk through sticks to you, you know, and that can be pretty miserable. But you got to do it, you know. That's how you're going to run into that buck you're looking for, and if you don't, you know, you're going to have a tough time.
So what time of the year are we in for where they're at right now in the rut?
So here in A zone, and it's important too, people understand, you know, there's a lot of different zones for blacktail, and it's amazing how different just an hour in one direction or the other, the phase of the deer can be.
One of the nice things about California is the fact that they actually have two different zones. They've got an A zone where I had a rifle tag, and then not even an hour away, they've got a B zone where I had an archery tag. Now the best part is, these are totally different deer. A zone deer, they're all hard horned in a totally different pattern, and the B zone bucks, they're still in velvet. Now we're talking 1 hour away, totally different deal, but I was excited because I knew that this would allow us to hunt different ways. A zone, we're gonna be hunting with a rifle, all spot and stock. B zone, we were gonna try tree stands, sitting it out, waiting with an archery tag. And the other good news is, well, I had a bear and a hog tag too. So I knew if we go sit a tree stand, the options are limitless of what we could go after. We're out here in California hunting blacktails, and I've actually got two different tags. The first tag, that's an A zone tag, and that's with a rifle. But right now we're in the B zone area, and that's archery only. So we're gonna head out. We're just gonna try a lot of different options. We hung some tree stands. Now we're gonna try doing a little bit of spot and stock, see if we can't get something midday, and then in the evening we're gonna go back and set a tree stand again. So hoping it goes well. Gotta keep trying different options and see how it goes.
This segment was brought to you by Boss Buck. For the most user-friendly and dependable feeder on the market, choose Boss Buck feeders. Now you're getting serious. Winchester Deadly Passion is presented by hard-hitting Easton Arrows, Golden Triangle Whitetail, Winchester, the American legend, National Deer Alliance, HHA Sports, the leader in single pin technology. Scent Killer Gold with Hunt Dry Technology Plus. Apply it, dry it, and go hunt. Rage Broadheads, leading the evolution in lethal technology. Convergent Hunting Solutions, where experience, innovation, and passion meet. Sportsman's Alliance, protecting hunting from coast to coast. Engel Coolers, the original high-performance cooler company. And Moose Utility Division, your leader in ATV, UTV accessories.
Preparation is key on any hunt, and on this hunt, Will had already put trail cameras out, and he had been sending me pictures of big bucks. Now, a lot of these deer were nocturnal, but if you think about it, on a 100-degree day, would you want to get up and move around? Probably not. So the weather was finally cooling off. We knew that the temperatures were going to be dropping. And when I say dropping, we're talking like in the 90s, but 10 to 15 degrees cooler than it had been the week before. So I was confident that this might make those deer move. So this morning we're heading out. We're actually going to switch gears and try hunting tree stands as well. So we're going to put a couple tree stands together. We're going to hang some doubles. He's already got the first stand set, so it should be pretty easy. We're going to go out there, check cameras, hang some stands, and then get in the stand this evening. So we're going to try that, see how it works. It should be awesome.
They plan the seasons around probably the toughest times to hunt these animals. You know, you don't really get to hunt them in the rut. The rut kicks in sometimes right at the tail end of the season, but it's actually designed to be probably the most difficult time of year, where they're, you know, it's hot. It can wear you out. You know, in a day of hunting, you can be exhausted. So, you know, between the heat, the noise, you know, the fact that they're probably, in my opinion, the most skittish deer you can hunt. It's a real challenge.
So they're coming from up high and going down low?
Yep, they bed down up in that stuff, and they come down here and they drink out of that water, so they'll turn around right there. Then they go down and they feed on those berries and all that stuff, so it's a great little setup.
I think I'll just skip that, and I'm gonna go sit in the berry patch on the ground, and eat them,
Perfect.
and wait for them to come visit
Zach
me.
can go up in that super sketchy stand and film you.
I'll be just eating berries. All you'll hear is... Now, what can be really helpful is going out, putting in your time scouting, so when you sit the stands, you've got the best chance possible. So Will and I went out, we're hanging stands, checking cameras, doing all that preparation. And the good news is, well, we were seeing animals coming through. They had bobcats coming through, bears coming through, and nice blacktails, but you just don't know what stand to pick. So we went with one, decided that's where we were gonna sit, and no luck. We put in long hours on stand and it just didn't work out. So the next thing we wanted to try, spot and stalk. Get out there and move. Now when you're archery hunting, spot and stalk is not easy, especially when you're going after blacktails. These things are spooky. So we thought, you know what, it's a long shot, but we're gonna go out, put in our time, and some of the places we saw, they were just absolutely spectacular. To get up there, to see those type of views, it didn't really matter at all if I got a blacktail or not. This was well worth it.
Tip of the Week is brought to you by HHA Sports, the world's #1 selling single-pin adjustable bow sight.
I'm a firm believer in creating my own advantages before I ever step into the woods. One of the ways I do this is by spraying down all my clothing with Scent Killer Gold. I do this before I hunt, before I hang stands, and even before I check cameras and put out mock scrapes. Simply pre-treat your clothing and it will effectively turn your hunting clothes into a high-powered scent elimination suit. Scent Killer Gold attacks a wide range of odors, but most importantly, human odor. You can spray down whatever you decide to wear along with your backpack, boots, any accessories, and you're all set. Another thing I love, they've incorporated a new high output sprayer that will even spray upside down. So put everything to your advantage and give the new Scent Killer Gold with Hunt Dry Technology Plus a try. It's simple. Apply it, dry it, and go hunt.
Winchester Deadly Passion is presented by Winchester, the American legend. Matthews Archery. Field and Stream, where traditions begin. ScoutLookWeather.com. Download the free ScoutLook hunting app for your smartphone. Rangemaster Trailers, luxury gone rugged. Master Hand Milling, revolutionizing the range. Reinhardt, the best archery targets in the world. Garmin, enhance your outdoor adventures. Winchester, the American legend. S4 Gear. Bino Dock, what a cup holder should be. SCI, first for hunters. Bino Dock, what a cup holder should be. Waterhole, create water sources that attract and hold wildlife. And Boss Buck, for the most user-friendly and dependable feeder on the market. Now you're getting serious. This segment was brought to you by SCI, protecting hunters' rights and promoting wildlife conservation. SCI is first for hunters, but first can't stay first without you. Join like your way of life depends on it.
So reverting back, we decided, okay, the rifle is a great opportunity, and these deer, they're moving throughout the day. And what was crazy is there were more deer moving from 10 to 2 than in the mornings or evenings. Totally opposite of what I'm used to. And I was thinking, maybe we should just start hunting 10 to 2 and not get up early, but we didn't do that. We were hunting all day, putting in our time, but really the peak of the movement was midday. We're out here glassing. We actually dropped down from where we were overlooking before. And right now we're not seeing anything, but there's all this smoke on the horizon as well, so it's making it kind of tough to see. But what was crazy is they were moving like 10 to 2 today, so not sure if they're all taking a nap now or what the deal is, but we're gonna be out here looking for them either way. So we were putting in the time, and glassing is so important because this is big country. You can only see so much, and we would walk, stop, glass. Just kind of watching, spending your time out there because we knew it was full of deer. It's just a matter of finding them.
It's all about the experience, you know. Everyone just wants to make sure that you have a good experience, whether you harvest an animal or not. I think that's the main thing. And you know, I mean, a lot of people don't come out here and even get to experience hunting in Northern California. Again, it's a pretty unique area and a unique style of hunting. And so I just wanted you to experience that. And it's just great to be able to host someone like you and show you a little bit of our world and our culture out here.
After seeing several does kind of up and moving, we thought, okay, this is it. We need to put in our time, keep going, putting on the miles regardless of how hot it was, and we were getting down to the wire.
Hey, I think we got one bedded down up here.
Right to the right of that tree?
Yeah, you see that oak? Yep, he's right to the right of that oak.
Suddenly, Will spotted antlers right next to a big oak tree, and I thought, you have got to be kidding me. We finally have it right here. Now, we were close. We were probably 50, 60 yards from this buck, but the wind was perfect. We had done everything right, and that's what happened. Sometimes when you put in your time, eventually it finally pays off, and that's what we were looking at. A beautiful buck, a nice blacktail for this area, and Will said, if you get a chance, you take the shot. That buck was bedded, looking right at me, and I thought, oh gosh. But the good news is I was all set up on the gun, so Will just slowly inched over to the side, and that buck stood up, gave me the perfect shot. He didn't even make it 10 yards. Now, there's a lot of different feelings of accomplishment, but this was a hunt that was truly difficult. It was one of those things where I was not sure we were gonna get a buck. In fact, I didn't think that it was gonna happen, and finally, all that time, that patience, it all paid off. All right, there he is.
Oh, there he is. Hey, congratulations.
That's awesome.
You went like 20 yards.
That is what we like. Wow, what a beautiful buck.
Yeah.
Walking up on my very first blacktail, it was quite an experience. Yeah, I've shot bigger bucks, but you know what? Putting that much time into it, it was well worth it, and it was such a great feeling. Beautiful buck. Well, it worked out awesome. We came out here, we've been stalking, we've been trying a variety of tactics, and when we finally got it done, we were literally about to wrap it up and head back in, but we made it happen. Beautiful buck, and what an awesome way to end this trip.
It's not all about actually harvesting the animal. It's about all the things that happen, you know, in the process of doing it, I think, and that's what's so rewarding. And the challenge, you know. For me personally, I do it for the challenge. I just think it's one of the most rewarding things you can do.